Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Progressive American Flat Track. It's the Mission Foods New York Short Track presented by Mad Max Indian Motorcycle. I'm Scotty Dibbler. Joining me in booth is Tommy Dimmel. We'll talk to him in a moment. But now let's go trackside and meet the young, beautiful blonde down there. She's with last night's winner, Corey Texter. I'm talking about Kristen B. Kristen, how are you today?
That was a very flattering entry. Thank you so much, Scotty. So I'm here with Corey Texter, who won the Production Twins class last night. Also the points leaders, a chokehold on the championship at this point in the season. Corey, what can you tell me about the racing last night? And what did you learn out there that can help you tonight?
It's a real technical track, man, and there's a couple holes getting in the one you had to navigate, and I really like this facility. It keeps you on your toes, so yeah, I'm excited for today. Like I said, I like back-to-back races. I like to get right back into it and get back to work, so it'll be a good time. Hoping that the grandstands are packed and you guys all enjoy the coverage.
Corey, thanks so much. And I'm going to toss it over to Ricky, who's got Trevor Bruner and Tanner Dean by his side.
I do. We were standing on the track. They were examining the track in deep thought, but now we're standing by yellow trash bins. When you're looking out at the track, what is it that you're looking for?
You know, just any irregularities or anything that might pop up, and anything that we can educate ourselves on what we're getting ready to go out on.
Tanner, does anything look different now than it did yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more rubber laid down today. The track's going to be a lot more technical, and the line choices are going to be a lot different. So hopefully we can get out there and find the right lines.
Trevor Brewer, Tanner D.
That was Ricky Rackman down there. It was also Kristen Beat. Bikes are on the racetrack. It is the Mission Super Twins' first round of practice. These Super Twins get 2 rounds of practice. I mentioned Tommy Duma, former racer, former national number 26 and number 62, and the official jeweler of American Flat Track. Tommy, welcome back to the booth.
Thanks, Scotty. It's great to be back, and great to see the Super Twins back on the track today.
Just the first few laps we're getting in the books right now out here on the short track here in New York. Weedsport Speedway is where we're located. Beautiful day. So it seems like it's 20 degrees cooler than yesterday.
Yeah.
It's so much nicer out there. Not as humid either. Some weather went through last night.
And I think the track should be faster today.
I believe you're right. You were talking to some of the riders earlier. They said they kind of missed the setup last night in the main event.
Yeah, they thought that the track was going to get faster. In fact, it was about a second and a half slower, and so some of them just missed the setup.
Last night's winners on the screen, the 69 slamming Sammy Halbert. His last win before last night was last year at the Springfield Mile in 2020. So Sammy Halbert had a really hard get-off in his semifinal. And, man, what a way to rebound from a get-off is to go out there and win the main event.
Yeah, for sure. There's nothing like getting the demons off your shoulder and just moving forward.
Checkered flag is out. Meese on the 9 goes to the top spot, 19.036. This is practice. The Super Twins will get 2 rounds of practice. Jared Meese has the top spot right now, 19.036. Listen to this, Tommy. Van Koy, 19.046.
Oh, the Ohio boy.
There you go.
Let's go, Jared.
Briar Bauman, our defending champion, 2-time defending champion, sitting right there in the 3rd spot here in practice, 19.118 or 188. They were told in the riders meeting that they could go on the back straightaway, stop and do a little practice start. So that's what's happening right now as they will exit the racetrack. Up next, we'll have looks like the AFT singles will be coming out next. It looks like we're down to 26 entries. A couple riders did not make it out. One of the riders, Trent Pickle, they're checking him out. He's gone home. James Ott, broken collarbone. He posted on social media that he has a broken collarbone. He's done. We don't see Ezra Brusky on the lineup, but he posted that he actually was going to be riding a backup bike, but he didn't take his bike through tech. So evidently he is done for the night, too.
Done. That's too bad. I see Davis Fisher pull up right on the last lap here in front of the start-finish line. He's in the infield, so his bike broke.
And what they're doing is they're checking for fluid on the racetrack right now, because it's different than the cars that normally run out here, Tommy, and you know this. Any kind of fluid on the racetrack, when you're on a 2-inch wide patch of rubber that's on the ground, you got to make sure there's no fluid on the racetrack. So Davis Fisher is in the very center of the racetrack, so it looks like he might have been the bike with an issue. Hopefully it's just coolant. It's not oil, something not catastrophic,
Easier to clean up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But, for them, I hope it's just something minor. Maybe, something came off the cap, came off the radiator, or hose came off possibly. But there's not a lot of fluid, but they're checking it out right now. So this is a little break in the action we'll get into next will be the AFT singles. They have 1 practice session, 2 qualifying sessions. After the singles, we'll have the production twins. And then tonight, instead of the Bultaco Astro Invitational, we have the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. The ladies are back.
Yeah, it's good to see them back at the track, and I was over there looking at the bikes in the pits earlier today, and those bikes they've done a great job on tuning them up and making them look like flat track racers.
Absolutely. So they're getting set to go in just a moment. When the track's ready, we'll get into it. Up next will be the AFT singles practice. And speaking of the AFT singles, our points leader coming into the New York short track is none other than the Killer Whale.
Yeah, I sort of just missed the boat. Super tough when you qualify bad. I sit on the second row for the semis, and then sort of tough to make your way forward. I feel like I just had a tough time, really, starting on the back foot.
He just struggled a little bit last night, but what it did for us, Tommy, is it tightened the points right back up. There's one point now between first and second after a bad night for Max. I mean, a bad night, still 8th place, but if you look back at the previous round, Dallas had a 7th place. So now there's just 1 point separating Max and Dallas, 1 point between our top 2, the 18 Maxwell still in the points lead.
And with what's so unique about the singles race, is that the talent field is so deep, and so it's very hard to dominate, and then it's very possible to get a 7th or 8th.
Right.
And so then you lose a lot of points.
Or even not even make the main event.
Right.
Mikey Rush, who was 3rd in the points coming in, he'd missed the main event last night.
Yeah, it's
That's how tough our class is, the AFT singles class, and we have, like I said, 26 entries tonight. They're checking out the fluid on the racetrack right now. Let's take a look back at what happened last night. If you weren't here with us, it was round number 9 last night here at the New York Short Track. Let's take a look back at what happened in our singles race yesterday evening. Here's a look at the restart, or this is the official start. Dallas Daniels was on the bottom, but Morgan Mishler uncharacteristically grabs the hole shot. I don't think he knew what to do with it. Yeah, he was running the bottom, and normally his line's up top here. A couple laps later, he finally goes to the high side of the racetrack. A little bit too high right there. Gets up against the air fence in turn 1 and 2. What a dogfight. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bikes battling for 2nd place right there. Dallas Daniels, look how far back he is, Tommy, and he worked his way all the way up to the victory.
he was steady with his lines and just constantly moving forward.
I thought it was going to be Trevor Bruner's night. There's the white flag coming out. Dallas Daniels goes up the inside. Dallas and Trevor Bruner grew up racing against each other all the time because Dallas is from Illinois. Bruner's from Indiana. They raced nonstop as amateurs and crossed the finish line by about 1 bike length. Dallas Daniels takes his first win in quite some time.
Trevor led, what, about 15 laps?
It looks like he led almost the entire race.
Yeah.
And the bikes are rolling on the racetrack. AFT singles are back at it. This is our first round of practice. There are 3 groups. 18 is Maxwell. 1 is Dallas Daniels. 17 is Henry Wiles. 13 Morgan Mishler. 15 Mikey Rush. 52 Shayna Texter Bauman. 21 Trevor Bruner. 48 Trent Lowe. And the 105 it is the broiler Brandon Kitchen. Kitchen on that Husqvarna with those white wheels. Looks really cool out there. The track's starting to take some rubber early on here today. Looks like they're running a lot lower on the racetrack. Last night it seemed like they ran about this line, and then about when time for the semifinals, they went up and found the high line.
They started moving up.
And then some of them in the main events dropped all the way to the wall on the bottom, too. So, big, wide racetrack.
Right. Technical. And sometimes, too, it depends on your setup. Like Morgan, with him running a high line, and then to dropping down, his gearing possibly would not work as well running the bottom if he was set up to run the top.
And like you said, Morgan, not typically known for his hole shots, grabbed the hole shot last night and just didn't look like he was comfortable on the bottom of the racetrack. And maybe he wasn't comfortable not chasing somebody.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, Maxwell out in front. He's got the top spot right now, 19.562. Now here comes Brandon Kitchen, goes to the head of the class, 19.283 for BK. That's the broiler on the 105. There's a look at Mishler, the number 13 bike. Back of his helmet is Murgalicious. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go around this very quick Weedsport Speedway. It's listed here as a short track, but it is a fast short track, that's for sure. Mishler, just as we talked about, nobody's running the high line. Mishler goes up there, right up by the airfield.
He's got to try it out.
He must be listening to us up here, Tommy. I love Mishler. He never likes to follow anybody. He always goes for a faster way around the racetrack. As the checkered flag comes out, Kitchen in the top spot. That's only group number 1, though. We have 3 groups of singles, but 105, Brandon Kitchen, 19.283, the quickest so far here in practice. Again, 3 groups, 26 total entries. We lost, it looks like we lost 3 riders from last night. They're going to pull over there, stop on the back straightaway, get a little practice start. The reason they don't do it on the front straightaway is they don't want to wear out the front straightaway, because that's where we'll be starting later on. Up next, we practice group number 2. The Hot Rod Cody Kopp should lead them out, the 143. Colt Zabala, 51. Tanner Dean's on the 38, the former New York short track winner. 99, Kevin Stallings was our fast qualifier last night and then went nowhere in the main event, so he'll try to rebound here tonight. Stallings was looking good early in the evening and then just didn't have nothing for him in the main event. Stallings on the 99. 54 is Michael Enderbitson, another rider that had an excellent qualifying effort. Got a good start. Then next thing we know, we looked up, Tommy, and like you said, he's back in 12th.
Yeah, he was. I talked to him earlier today, and he just said that he was having problems getting traction. He was just spinning up everywhere on the track.
377, Ferran Cardus, the Spanish flat track champion. Aiden Roos Evans on the 26. 94, Ryan Wells from Albion, New York. And Hunter Bauer, they call him Showtime. He is from Canada, the 124 on the NKR Waters Auto Body KTM team. There's Cody Cobb right there. Used that provisional last night to make it into the main event. Didn't have the night he was looking for, and which surprised me, Tommy, but at the Flat Track Grand Championships last year, he loved the cushion tracks, which surprised me because he grew up in Mikey Washington like his daddy.
Yeah, there's no cushions. There's no
cushions
gravel
there.
in Washington.
But he loves them. He loves to twist that throttle. Look at Tanner Dean sneaking up the inside on the 38 bike. Shannon Texter Bauman goes into 4th. Tanner Dean on the screen. The 38 bike moves into the 5th position. Now Tanner Dean moves up into 4th. So Tanner's running the bottom of the racetrack where the Super Twins were running last night. And he gets the drive. Maybe he'll show Kopp the fast way around. Right behind him is the 51 Cole Zabala. That's the Turner Racing American Honda sponsored motorcycle. The Dean machine out in front. He won back in 2018 out here. Did you realize that?
I did.
Yeah, right for the Waters Auto Body team.
Dave Waters has had great success.
Definitely here for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, a first and a second. He put Damon Ream into the main event last night in his first ever attempt. Inderbits into the top spot. 54 bike goes to 19.264 as the white flag flies. I'd already wrote down Kitchen as the quick time in practice.
See there? You can't do that. Can't get ahead.
I jinxed him. Last lap, second group of practice. There's the white flag. That looks like Raymond Rizzo. No, it's Big P out there. Here comes Raymond Rizzo bringing out that checkered. Little special delivery. 19.090. Lay it down a quick time. There's the quick time so far here in this practice session. The 54 Inderbitzen. 19.090.
He's taking the short way around the track. He's going all the way on the bottom.
It looks like it's working out for him. So again, the last lap was even faster. 18.997 for the 54 bike. 18.997. I know it's only practice, but I'm getting excited because that is a quick lap around the Weedsport Speedway.
I raced with Big Mike Inderbitzen back in the day, and he was fast.
He was number 54Y, wasn't he?
Yes. Good memory.
There you go. Group number 3 will be coming up next in the singles class. 55 Tyler Raggio, 161 the Cisco kid, Casey Cisco. 110 Damon Ream made his first main event last night. His first attempt, just turned pro. 243 is the Jet Jared Lowe. 109 is Billy Ross. 156 Jordan Jean. 157 Ian Wolf. And the 176 is Michael Lanehart. Those are riders scheduled to be out in group number 3. The time to beat here in practice, which doesn't pay nothing to win practice except for it'll build your confidence. The quick time so far is 18.997 by the 54 of Michael Inderbitzen.
But too, at the end of last night, especially on a doubleheader, do you leave the setup exactly the same that you finished the main event, or do you go back to where you started in practice?
Yeah.
To come out and to nail like Michael and be fast time first practice out is a big confidence booster.
Absolutely. It's got to feel good for the California rider. Long ways from home. I mean, the other side of the country, you know, and he's out there on an old, I think Brett Baker thinks it's a 2005.
It's an 07.
07
carbureted.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's working for him. It is awesome to see him out there on that 07 Honda. He's rode for a couple different people. He looks like he's found himself a ride for at least for the next few rounds. And next weekend we go to Peoria TT, Thunder Valley. Springfield Mile coming up Labor Day weekend. That is 4 days of motorcycle racing. Amateurs on Thursday at the short track. Friday will be the AFT Singles and the AMA All-Star National Flat Track Series on the short track. And then Saturday and Sunday, doubleheader Springfield Mile, the fastest dirt oval in the world.
It's a great venue and 4 days of racing. Great for the fans.
Absolutely. Watching the leaders come up in turn number 4. Long hairs flying out of the 156 Jordan Jean right there, Michigan rider. There's a look back at one-year Ohio boys, the 157 Ian Wolf. I think he might be up there with the tallest riders in the pit area. Him and Maxwell about 5'3",
6'3".
6'3", yes. What am I talking 5'3"? Yeah, they're both of them taller than me.
They sure got me beat.
That's all right. You got the better hair. Take a look at this racetrack. It's a lot smoother than last night, Tommy, it looks like to me.
I think the water overnight soaked it up nice, and they wheel packed it in earlier today.
There's the 157 Ian Wolf. 109 is Billy the Kid, Billy Ross from Michigan. White flag is out. Last lap of our third group out here. Ryan Wells shown in the 4th spot. Looking back a little bit deeper, Hunter Bowers in 8th. He was in group number 2. So we're up here in the booth with timing and scoring, also race control, and they got a little excited over there. Something out of our vision, but somebody got a little wild and crazy over there coming up at turn number 4, but somehow got pointed in the right direction.
Landry? I forgot his first name from last night on the Bull Taco.
The Bull Taco, guy number 42. Yeah, he
brought
Henry Landry.
Henry, that's it. Henry Landry.
We'll take a look back. I think we got a replay of what they're getting excited up here in the booth about. We can hear them over each other. Yeah, this is the last lap going in this final corner. It's Raggio, the 161 Casey Cisco, 243 is the Jet Jared Lowe sneaking up the inside. we'll see what they get excited about. I think it was coming off the corner. There's Raggio, the 51. He filled in on the Turner Racing Honda team at Port Royal. And they cut away. Man, I thought we were just getting ready to get into something good. I thought they were building up for something good, and it just stopped. Production Twins already rolling on the racetrack. Here they come. Last night's winner, your points leader, 65, Corey Texter will lead them out. 79, Dalton Gauthier. 62, Dan Bromley. 49, Chad Coast. 44, Cameron Smith got second place last night. 25, Ben Lau. 68, Ryan Barnes. The 10 is Johnny Lewis on the Royal Infield. And Eslick on the number 64. That's Slick. 4-time Daytona 200 winner. We'll keep an eyes on the 79 also. He twisted his left leg and ankle and knee all the wrong direction. Still ended up on the podium last night. What a ride.
Yeah, he got it caught in that hole going into one, I believe.
Absolutely.
In the semi.
Yep, and the slow motion of it, man, it looked like he went the wrong direction. These kids can recover. Oh, now he's having issues.
Oh, broke his chain.
Yeah, chains. It's either, the chain hanging off the 79 bike. So he's having some bad luck this weekend. He still finished on the podium, but he'll take that bike back to the attention of Bobby McClendon. That's the Boswell's Harley. Yep, you're right. Yep. That's the chain, isn't it?
Yep.
It looked like it went up high, too. Yeah, the chain there, point down the chain. Tough break for Gauthier. So, that again, good thing is it's only practice. Dan Bromley at the top spot, 19.902. Johnny Lewis was up there. Now, Corey Texter, last night's winner, moves into second on the 65 bike. Yamaha's 1 and 2, Royal Enfield in third. Cameron Smith also on the Yamaha. He finished up on the podium last night. He is in fourth right now in this practice session. Two groups of riders in the Production Twins. Production Twins, we have 17 total riders. Only 16 will make the main event, so one rider will be the odd man out. Production Twins, white flag is flying in the air. You can see the finish line's a little bit further down the racetrack than the starting line. Johnny Lewis way up there against the air fence down here in turns 1 and 2. Checkered flag is out up here. There's the 10, Johnny Lewis. He's been working all weekend long doing the slide school right next door to the go-kart track, man. Does he ever rest?
Yeah, I was going to say, he's one of the hardest working guys out there.
He's all over the place on that Royal Enfield INT 650. We'll see those build train race ladies a little bit later on. That was group number 1. We'll take a look at the replay. Watch Gauthier on the 79 bike. He's right here, hard on the throttle. There, just look,
snapped.
Just snapped that chain. Luckily, he didn't go up there and break the cases or anything like that. He puts his hand up. You pull in the clutch because you don't know what's going on.
Right.
That's why he threw his right hand up, and now he's trying to get out of harm's way. Gingerly holding that left foot off the ground as well. So Gauthier is having a little bit of bad luck on that 79 bike. First round of practice so far. Corey Texter, last night's winners at the top spot, 19.696. Bromley in second. Johnny Lewis in third. Group number 2 is coming onto the racetrack. 42, that's Jeremiah Duffy. 223 is Jeffrey Lowry. 161, Casey Cisco doing double duty. 30 is Brock Schwarzenbacher. 90 is Brandon Newman, the New York rider. 22 is Mitch Harpett. 16, Garrett Wilson. 133, David Quiggin. This is his second attempt on the Production Twin. Bought an XG from Vanson Hines. Absolutely. Good for him. 65, Corey Texter is the time that they're looking for right now in practice, 19.696. And Dan Brumley's up there in the 192nd range, also 19.849 on the screen. See 223 Jeffrey Lowry. He's on a bike that does Jeffrey.
A lot of rubber getting laid down early.
Quick, early on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 42 is Jeremiah Duffy. 90 is Brandon Newman. New York rider with Jeffrey Lowry, 223. He's a machinist. His girlfriend's racing in the Build Train race program. She also works at the machine shop that they have.
That's what I heard on your podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it. They're entrepreneurs, that's for sure. There's Casey Cisco, the 161. That bike again was won on a raffle as the white flag comes out. There's the 16 of Garrett Wilson. He was the rider that missed the main event last night. He's right now currently 17th. So Garrett's just not liking this racetrack just yet. There's Newman, the 90 bike, the New York rider. Brandon Newman sitting 14th quick here in this first round of practice. Checkered flag is out already. We're lucky enough to sit up here with race control. Timing and scoring is right beside us. We got a full booth up here.
Absolutely.
And they're not sharing their blankets. Red flag, the checkered flag is out. Here's Schwarzenbacher getting really sideways. Whoa, man. That's kind of a pucker up moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man. A little scary moment right there for the 30 bike of Schwarzenbacher. So after the first round of practice, Corey Texter, quick time, 16.696. That's bad news for everybody else. Up next, we'll switch on over to the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. We have 7 entries. There are also the Royal Enfields are road racing today. So that's why I think that's why we're missing one of the riders. There's live shots from up above from our drone here at the Mission Foods New York Short Track, presented by Mad Max Indian Motorcycle. Up next will be the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. They get, it looks like, one round of practice. They'll have a qualifying semi, and then they'll have a main event. So the ladies on the bikes that they're INT 650 Royal Enfields, they've got one on display right out front.
That's very cool. Yeah,
absolutely.
And the price point that those, you can buy them $49.95, $59.95. Yeah, it's a great motorcycle for the money.
And these ladies have the same budget. They can go out and get sponsorship as well if they would like to, but they have the same budget. They'll be coming out to the racetrack. They build their bikes. They maintain them. They've got their spouses. They've got their boyfriends. They've got other people helping them build their bikes, but it's pretty cool. It's a really neat class, and they're going to be rolling on the track for the first time. 6 is Mallory Lee. 13 is Sarah Dixon. 21, Bridget LeBert. 31, Jill DeShane. 33, J.C. Jones. 88, Lana McNaughton, and the 327, Gabrielle Hughes. So we got 2 Ohio riders, 2 California riders, 1 from Idaho, 1 from Minnesota, and 1 from Texas. Looks like they're giving a little practice start right here.
We got involved with Sarah Dixon, TDFJ did, along with Jim Accazelli from MotoZilly.
Okay.
Jim is the one that provided the bike, and we helped Sarah with the leathers.
And she's been on the podium 2 times this year out of 2 races.
We need to get the girl a whole shot.
Well, and I told her that. I sent her a message
Did you?
on Instagram. I said, hey, if you get a whole shot, it's a whole lot easier to win a race if you can start with them. So I did talk to her and her dad down there. Rob Gessner is her dad. That's who raised her.
Right.
And got her into racing. And I said, if you get a whole shot, and he said, Scotty, we practiced all week on the street. He showed her how to do it, and she started practicing and got better and better.
So we'll see. We'll see tonight.
The key is, he said the key is to leave the thing almost wide open and kind of slip that clutch.
Clutch out.
Exactly. So Julie Shane, quick time so far to the 31, 22.650. Again, they get 1 round of practice. They'll have 1 round of qualifying, I believe.
Has Jill won both of the races so far?
You know, now you're going to make me find my notes, Tommy.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I don't have all this stuff in my memory. I mean, I try. Let's see. Now you put me on the spot. I believe she has finished first in both of them.
That's what I thought.
We know Sarah's been on the podium in both of them. JC won one of them.
Okay.
Right? So you put me on the spot. I'm looking at all my notes. Come on, Tommy. I'm not going to invite you up here anymore if you keep doing that.
I'm sorry.
There's Sarah Dixon, the one we were talking about, the 13 from Ohio. The long hair's flying behind her. Ladies have built these motorcycles. That one, to me, looks more like the old classic style flat tractor than any of the other bikes out there.
Right, yeah.
I mean, they can do whatever they want, paint them up how they wanted, use different style gas tanks and stuff like that.
Right, so her gas tanks were more like an XR 750
a little bit.
Yeah,
kind of sort of. Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Tail section.
Yeah. White flag is out. She goes up the racetrack. This is the 13 Sarah Dixon. Right now is Jill DeShane, the 31, with a quick time 21.201. J.C. Jones, California riders, up there in second, 21.869. Sarah in the 3rd spot as the checkered flag comes out. 21.201 for Jill DeShane, the 31. J.C. Jones is second quick. Sarah Dixon 3rd. Mallory Lee moved up to 4th right there. Oh, no. Mallory Lee moved all the way up to 3rd on that last lap, a 22.632. Sarah Dixon slides back to 4th. Lana McNaughton is in the 5th spot. Bridget LeBert 6th. And Gabrielle Hughes, who just started racing flat track this year. Jeffrey Lowry's girlfriend, is back in the 7th position. That was their first round of practice. So that's what we have on the schedule. Up next, we have a short break in the action. There's a look at the track from up above. Tommy, we talked about this. It's a D-shaped racetrack. So it's a D-shaped racetrack here at the New York Short Track. It's Weedsport Speedway. Very straight front straightaway. A tight left-hander in turn number 1. An arcing back straightaway. It's a D-shaped racetrack. We're out here at the round number 10 Progressive American Flat Track. Mission Foods New York Short Track, presented by Mad Max Indian Motorcycle. When we come back, Mission Super Twins practice number 2 coming up soon.
Hey, is that your stomach growling? Or the sound of thousands of cc's circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Rev those taste buds with fast and easy-to-create recipes that are Winner's Circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines, because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
With over 300 World Championship titles, for 44 years, Öhlins advanced suspension technology has been providing the pinnacle of suspension for all areas of motorsports. For road or track, dirt or asphalt, when you choose Öhlins products to elevate your performance, you get Öhlins USA support and service to keep fueling your passion for excellence.
Parts Unlimited, the people behind We Support the Sport, welcome you to this high-action event. We are proud to join with race fans everywhere in working to ensure that our sport gets bigger and more exciting each season. And you too can support the sport by visiting your local dealer who stocks products from Parts Unlimited. They've got the very best in high-performance parts and accessories and the best support network in the business. Parts Unlimited. We support the sport. The rookies of '79 are former racers and champions of the sport who reunited in 2009 to form the official charity for American Flat Track. 10 years and over $1.7 million raised for our injured racers. Visit rookies79.com to see how you can help.
Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer. Brought to you by Yamaha and its best-in-class lineup of power sports vehicles. For more information on how you too can experience the pinnacle of performance both on and off-road, visit YamahaMotorsports.com.
Looking for more power? E3 spark plugs deliver more power, better fuel efficiency, and reduced emissions. The secret is in the patented diamond-shaped ground electrode that promotes a more complete burn of the fuel. Proven on the dyno and on the racetrack, the official spark plug of American Flat Track helps power champions on 2 wheels and 4. Winners run E3. What are you running?
Progressive insures over 5 million boats, motorcycles, and RVs throughout America. Get a quote in under 4 minutes at AmericanFlatTrack.com/progressive to see how much you could save. Explore the full Indian motorcycle lineup, including the all-new redesigned FTR with 17-inch wheels and street-tuned suspension, or the new generation of a classic, the 2022 Indian Chief. For more info and to schedule a demo ride, visit IndianMotorcycle.com. Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
In 2019, Dalton Gauthier secured the win here at the New York Short Track on his way to his first singles championship. Dalton, take me back to that moment. How exciting was that?
Yeah, that was a breakout year for me. Pretty crazy to think. I won my first championship coming back after a 2-year hiatus, and yeah, it was a dream come true pretty much, and really stoked to race here again. And it's slippery and it suits my style, so yeah, I'm ready to go kick some butt.
You mentioned that 2-year hiatus, and we'll get into what's happening now a little later. But your career, just valleys and mountains, and I find it so inspiring how there have been times you were in the valley, but you keep pulling yourself back out. And in 2017, you violated the substance abuse policy set forth by the American Flat Track Series, and that took you out of racing. What was life like without racing?
Man, honestly, a lot of people don't know, but I took 2 years off just because I wanted to be a kid, first off, and then, yeah, just to be a kid and then get away from racing for a little bit. I've been doing this my whole life ever since I was 4 years old, so I think I needed a break, and then after I came back, it was awesome. Like, I was having fun again and no pressure was on me, so it was a breakout year for me. And yeah, without racing, I was just being a kid pretty much, not doing much. Didn't have a job or nothing. Didn't do anything that I really didn't have a job pretty much, and didn't need one. But yeah, I just needed to get back to racing after I was ready. So
You mentioned being a kid. When you grow up in this sport, a lot of people don't realize there's sacrifices. You guys don't get to go to proms. You don't get weekend fun. You don't get to sneak out to a high school party and hang out with your friends. Is it worth it, the sacrifices growing up to be a part of this sport, do you think?
for sure, yeah. I've had a lot of highs and lows in racing, but I love it, and I think this is what I was born to do. So really excited to go racing here this weekend. I love racing, and excited for the fans to come out and see us battle. And yeah, just being a kid and for once in my life not racing, and definitely didn't go to any proms growing up, like you said, and definitely went to some high school parties when I had those 2 years off. So I was having fun, but I needed to get back to racing. That's what I did, and it worked out.
When you found your way back to racing, I love this story, by the way. In 2019, we talked about this a lot. You're sitting at home. Robbie Bobby, of all people, Robbie McClendon, called you up out of the blue and said, do you want to go racing? Lo and behold, that call led to you riding a carousel of bikes that season. I think you rode just about every manufacturer in the singles class until you guys settled on the Husky. And then you ended up securing your first championship. How influential, how much did it mean for Rob out of the blue to pick up the phone, to give you a call, and to get you back in the mix?
Definitely helped my career and helped me get back on my feet. He was pretty much the only dude that was wanting me to move in with him and give me bikes to ride and have a place to stay, have a track to ride at down in Pensacola. So yeah, he definitely got me back on my feet, and I can't thank him enough. I love him like he's my brother. And
you guys have a very close relationship. You're like friends, you're like brothers. It's cool to see that, and it's cool to see how invested he was in your success.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy with how much we grew since I came back pretty much. And yeah, just can't thank that dude enough. He's like my brother, and we have an awesome relationship, and we make fun of each other all the time. We just laugh it off, and it's pretty crazy. I don't think anybody in the pits has a relationship like me and him, so it works out well.
It's really special. That 2019 season, you were able to win the championship. Did you ever look back and acknowledge that while in 2017, 2018, you went through probably at that time one of the hardest times of your life, and then you were able to go out and win the championship that first season? Did you ever sit back and acknowledge and see, just mainly what you were able to accomplish, but how far you've come?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it. I've never thought I was going to win the championship my first year back. I had dreams and hopes for it, but yeah, it came together and it worked out, and I'm really stoked about it still. Definitely one of the breakout ride years I had, and it was it's crazy to think about. Just I've been through so much the last couple of years, and it's always an up and downhill battle, and so yeah, it's just crazy to think about.
There is a moment at the Springfield Mile, Hugh Terry Vance, after you won on that Production Twins bike in the 2019 season. Terry turned to me on the stage and he said, there is something special about that kid. Fast forward the next season, you were racing on his Super Twins team, and it was an incredible opportunity. But I know after seeing you after every race, you were disappointed. You went from this incredible, high of winning the 2019 championship to then this indescribable low of being unable to win for an entire season, which you've said never happened in your career before. What was that like?
I feel like I just put too much pressure on myself last year in the Super Twins class. I came off a championship, and I thought I was going to win some races, and that didn't happen. And I thought I'd be on the podium a couple of times maybe, and that didn't happen either. So I just feel like putting too much pressure on myself, not really having that much fun.
You were burned out.
It really just killed my confidence, I think. And looking back on it, I don't ever want to be in that position where I put that much pressure on myself again, and it just makes me ride not like I should. So this year, after Port Royal, I just told myself I'm going to have fun. I'm going to go out and race my motorcycle like I know how to, and don't worry about all the other crap. So yeah, I did that, and we came out with the win, first one of the season, and I think it really helped. And now I'm just going to keep doing that and see how it works out.
When we talk about the highs and the lows and the mountains and the valleys, 2020 was a valley for you, but last time out, Port Royal, you get that first win in the production twins class of the season, and you're on the climb again. You're going from the ashes and rebuilding yourself as a rider. How important was that first win this season, and what did it do for your confidence?
It helped my confidence out a bunch. I haven't been that happy to win a race, and I don't think ever. And yeah, getting that win, I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
I was crying off camera.
I was so happy, and then it's just been so long since I won a race, it felt like. So yeah, I was super excited, obviously, and then Rob was pretty stoked too. So yeah, I just went out there, I just went out and had fun pretty much, and did what I had to do, and we got it done. And I can't thank the Vance and Hines guys enough for giving me an awesome bike that night, and I'm sure it'll be the same tonight and tomorrow here at New York Short Track. So yeah, ready to go racing and do it again.
Off camera, you and I kind of looked at the rest of the schedule, and we said, where can Dalton Gauthier be strong? And 6 of the next races that we'll visit are tracks that you should be really good at. So things could start trending in the right direction for you. But there's also some really talented guys in that production twins class. And again, you're on the upward swing at this point, but there's a guy, Corey Texter, he just has a chokehold on the championship right now. You know, I know you said you just want to win races and the championship doesn't matter as much, but how do you force Corey to release the chokehold on the championship? How do you make it fun while still going for wins? Because you have to be cutthroat to race.
I feel like at the beginning of the year I put a lot of pressure on myself again. That's why my results weren't there. So now I'm just trying to put that on him and put some pressure on him and see how that unfolds. I know a lot of guys don't go well with pressure when it comes to a championship and stuff and race wins, so I'm just going to try and do that as much as I can to him and see if he breaks. But if he doesn't, I'm just going to go out there and race my motorcycle.
And have fun again. How important is it to keep things light when you're racing, at least for you? I know some people thrive off of the intensity, but it seems as though you thrive off of the fun. Like, you like to keep it light.
Yeah, if I'm having fun, I'm going fast. So when I put too much pressure on myself, I'm not having fun. That's basically how it goes for me. And yeah, just thinking about it too much, and then all that other crap that you think about before the race and all that stuff. So try not to think about that, push that to the side, and then just go out and have fun.
What does it mean, now that we've kind of talked about the mountains and the valleys that you've been through in your career, and even everything before this? I mean, we're friends, we talk a lot. Everything before racing, too, that you've been through, to be here and to be able to look at what you've accomplished. You're a champion. You're now a race winner in the production twins class again. I mean, how meaningful is that for you? What does that feel like?
It's awesome. I never felt like I was going to be in the spot that I'm in. I'm with a badass team on some badass Harley-Davidsons, and yeah, just I turned pro in 2015. I've only had like 3 full seasons, I think. 2 after my suspension, but yeah, it's pretty crazy to think where I'm at now, and I think I'm only going to go up from here and just keep the vibes rolling.
I love it. Keep the vibes rolling. I'm not as cool to say things like that. Maybe it doesn't translate the same way. I'm an old lady. But good luck today, Dalton. Thanks for taking the time with us, and we'll see what Dalton has for us here in New York.
A legendary race, Epic Speeds. On September 11th and 12th, American Flat Track returns to the Cal Expo for an epic doubleheader mile racing showdown.
One of the best races you'll ever see.
An all-ages doubleheader event. Experience it all on September 11th and 12th at the Law Tiger Sacramento Mile, presented by Knopf Insulation. Get your tickets now at AmericanFlatTrack.com.
You don't take greatness for granted, and neither should your gear. We are Torch Eyewear, and we design sunglasses for protection, performance, and chasing your passion. For more information, visit our website at torcheyewear.com and click on our free Home Try-On program. Honda's all-new Talon 1000 X4, the official sports side-by-side of American Flat Track, and the same vehicle driven during intermissions to condition the track. Featuring a high-tech 6-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission, quick revving 1000cc twin-cylinder engine, Fox suspension, intelligent four-wheel drive, and stadium seating for up to 4. The Talons are now available at your local Honda Powersports dealer. Cometic Gasket is the official gasket of Progressive American Flat Track. For decades, Progressive American Flat Track champions have depended on Cometic to seal their engines. Cometic gaskets are the professional standard for racers who demand the very best. For more information, log on to Cometic.com. Cometic Gasket, sealing championships since 1989.